So, my dear friend, everybody, shalom from Dr. Aaron Abraham from Hebron, Israel. And now we are reading this Saturday, Parasha Noah. It's Genesis chapter 6, verse 9 to chapter 11, verse 32. It's a long parasha. But anyway, it's a very important parasha for us because from here, in all over in all the parashas and all everywhere we see the human behavior. I've been telling, please don't say that you are always reminding, telling this, but the human's nature against the Hashem's nature. Okay, humans' behavior against Hashem's commandments, humans' refusal, or humans what is called disobedience of disobedience of Hashem's commandments. Okay, so this is what we are going to have in all the parashas, and my request, and even Torah says, Hashem also said that you follow these my simple 10 commandments and my decrees all over. Always Hashem said, you follow my decrees and you will be happy. So the parasha starts from God instructs Noah, the only righteous man in the world. He was, after Adam, after Adam, we call him Adam, the 10 generation, some people say 8 generations, some people say 10 generations. Till Noah, the world, the people became so corrupt, and they were violent. It's written here, violence and corruption. The only righteous man in the world consumed by violence and corruption. Okay, to build a large wooden in the world consumed. The whole world was with violence and corruption. And there was only one man. Noah was the only person who was righteous that time. And that too, after how many? Almost 1,000 years, 10 generations. Okay? And God said, God got very upset, and he said, okay, you make a large wooden teva, ark, okay, like a big boat, coated within and without with pitch. Okay, so it's called Noah ark. God said, you build up the ark. A great deluge, says God. It's a very disappointing thing. Great deluge means it's a disappointing, sad, everything bad. The great bad thing. Everything is great. So God says, will wipe out all life from the face of the earth. I will finish everything. Okay, I will clean the earth by everything, by humans, by whoever. But the ark will float upon the water. The ark will go over the water, on the top of the water, sheltering Noah and his family. Noah and his family would live in that, and nothing will happen to them. And 2 members, male and female, of each animal species, and 7 of pure species. They kosher animals. Okay. So the 7 pairs were also kosher animals, and others also. God didn't leave any. God didn't take only the kosher animals. God took every animals, but also kosher animals. So this is what to separate, to keep one couple, to produce again further to recreate the world. Rain falls for 40 days and 40 nights, and the waters churn for 150 days more before calming and beginning to recede. It took 365 days, 1 year it took to absolutely become a normal. Okay, and heavy rain 40 days and 40 nights. Until then, Noah and other all the animals, they continued living. Okay, and even after that also, the ark settles on Mount Ararat. Okay, so ark was fixed. God fixed the ark on the Mount Ararat, and Noah dispatches a raven. Okay, a pigeon. He sent, and he comes back. He sent again. I think he comes back again, and then he goes and he disappears to see if the waters were abated from the face of the earth. Who sent the raven, a pigeon, to see whether. But I think the raven comes back when the ground dries completely, exactly 1 solar year, 365 days. After the onset of the flood, God commands Noah to exit the Teva and repopulate the earth. Now everything is cleared out. Everything is clear. There is nothing wrong. nothing, no corruption, no violence, no idolatry, no every that everything was over. And Hashem says to Noah, go out Teva or Ark, and repopulate the earth and start living again. You increase your number of people, number of animals, number of vegetation, number of everything. Okay, repopulate to make the earth like it was before. Noah builds an altar and offers sacrifices to God. God swears never again to destroy all of mankind because of their deeds and set the rainbow as a testimony of his new covenant with men. Okay, so God says that, okay, I'm not going to destroy my creation again. And God also commands Noah regarding the sacredness of the life. Don't murder, don't kill anybody. Okay, it's a capital. You kill anybody, you'll be also killed. And while man is permitting to eat the meat of animals. Remember, please, my dear friends, before Noah, they were eating only vegetables, vegetarian. They were all vegetarians. After Noah, they started eating. Hashem allowed them to eat, but what? Kosher animals, not every animal. He is forbidden to eat flesh or blood taken from a living animal. Okay, so a kosher sakita, that is, and no blood should remain in the body of the animal, kosher animal, and that is eatable. Okay, so this is also God says that you will subdue all the creatures on the earth. You will be ruling over all. I should not forget to discuss this verse from chapter 8, verse 20, 21. And Noah built an altar to the Lord, and he took of all clean animals and of all the clean fowl and brought up burnt offering on the altar. And the Lord smelled the pleasant aroma. And the Lord said to himself, I will no longer curse the earth because of man. For the imagination of man's heart is evil from his youth, and I will no longer smite all living things as I have done. My dear friends, just keep this verse in your mind and your heart throughout your life. That once a child grows to adult, his heart becomes very greedy, very selfish, he thinks about himself. That's all. Remember, these are God's words. These are not Noah's words. These are not Moshe's words. These are not Abraham's words, Dr. Abraham's words. No, Hashem has said that I will no longer curse the earth because of man. Because of man's mistake, he also realized, Hashem realized, even Hashem was very sad looking at man's behavior. He cried almost. What is this? What is going on? Okay, so remember this verse always, that now from here, my research and whatever you say, my thinking is that we have to remove that evil from our heart. Okay, and we have to remove that, and whatever that evil will go, that empty place from our heart and soul and mind will be filled with Hashem's commandments, with Torah, with 10 commandments. Behavta lareka kamucha. Don't murder, don't steal, don't give false witness, don't desire your friends or your fellows. This thing must be replaced. Hatred, sinat hina, all these things this is an evil heart. So you remove that evil and place these all things. Love for everyone, honor for everyone, and you take care of everybody. Behavta lareka kamucha. Don't make anybody unhappy. Don't hurt anybody even by your voice. You have to be so humble. Even if suppose some beggar comes to you, you have to be so humble to him. And you have to be very, very helpful to him. What can I do for you, my dear sir? That's the way. So this is the main attraction of this parasha, that Hashem noticed man's behavior. Okay, and that's evil from your youth. So I will never kill my other creation, but I will deal with you directly. And then finally, Hashem dealt with human man, that he was removed from the Gan Eden. Okay, he was removed from there, and that Then the further, in Nephilim, I think then the age of humans become 120 because of Nephilim or Nephilim. There is in Parasha, I think it's Noah. So, because of the humans' behavior, humans is against humans. Humans is against Hashem. So Hashem said, all right, you are against me, you don't follow me. Now I'm giving you whatever you deserve. So this thing. So remember this verse always. I think we must type this, put on this thing on a paper and put in our house, somewhere in places where we are in offices, everywhere. The human behavior. Judaism's best thing also, one best thing is that in this Jewish system, nobody in any other system, nobody has studied the human behavior. Judaism knows what is human behavior, and these are the things. What humans' behavior is evil. Okay. Noah plants a vineyard. Now listen, he's a very nice person. Commandments of Hashem he followed, and on Hashem's views and eyes, he was also the right person. But remember this, that even the best people could also commit mistakes. He plants the vineyard and he becomes drunk. And from the vineyard, he makes the wine, okay? And he get drunk on its produce, wine's produce. Two of Noah's sons, Shem and Japheth, they saw him drunk, and he was drunk up to the extent that he didn't know whether his body is having clothes or no clothes. Noah's sons, Shem and Japheth, they are blessed for covering up their father's neck because they didn't see the nakedness. They went with a cloth, entered from their backside. They didn't go from their face. They walked back with the backside, like they showed their back to Noah, not their front, and then they covered. And then Noah realized, and the person the third son Ham is punished for taking advantage of his debasement. Okay, because Ham goes directly and sees father's nakedness. He sees his father's body without clothes. So this is what I think. Ham's generation is Canaanite, and Canaanites are all they remained like their punishment was to be slave to Shem and Japheth. Okay, so the descendants of Noah remain a single people with a single language and culture for 10 generations. Okay, so there was nothing like today what we have. Different continents, different languages, different cultures, different look, and they were one people for 10 generations. Next 10 generations, one people, and they got together, one language, same people, united. Then they defied their creator. Again they went against Hashem by building a great tower to symbolize. We must can somebody make a list from the Torah, how many times people have gone against Hashem right from the beginning? God said not to eat from fruit, they ate. Then God said not to do immoral things and not to do any violence and whatever. Can somebody prepare a list and we'll discuss one day? Then they defy their creator by building a great tower, Tower of Babel. They built a Babel tower, okay, in Mesopotamia, in Iraq. Okay, that's roughly the name of the place, to symbolize their own invincibility. They thought we are own people, we are strong, and so forth. God confuses their language. That's why we have thousands of languages today, so that one does not comprehend the tongue of the other. So nobody should understand, causing them to abandon their project and disperse across the face of the earth, splitting into 70 nations. Okay, so they couldn't build the tower. They got confused. They started talking their different languages. They were not united. They didn't understand. And then the project of building the Tower of Babel and to reach the heaven and to attack Hashem, to fight the Hashem, that project Hashem didn't allow to do that. The Parasha of Noah concludes with the chronology of 10 generations from Noah to Abraham. Okay, Nimrod. Again they went into the same hell. Okay, no morality, no nothing. Everybody became again corrupt, again immoral, again no truth, nothing. All the sacrifices, human sacrifices, and I should not tell all those things. And then the time of Nimrod came, idol worship was rampant that time. And then there was one more guy came up like Noah. Abraham was his name. He is now today called Father Abraham Avinu, and the latest journey from his birthplace, because Abraham understood oneness of God, and he chosen again God. I've been always telling you, whoever wants to be part of Israel or part of the Jewish people, he has to make connection with Hashem. Choose Hashem first, and Hashem will choose the same person. And Hashem will choose that same person, and that person will become a chosen one. But first thing, like Abraham did, he found oneness of Hashem, and he started looking into Hashem's great things, Hashem's oneness, Hashem Echad, and also idol worship. He started going away from idol worship, and Hashem said, yes, this is the person, this is my person. Okay? And then few more examination, 10 tests, 10 examinations, and Abraham Avinu passed all 10 examinations. Okay? And then that's why Hashem told him, this is a covenant in between me, and a lot of things between Hashem and Abraham. Okay? So, and even he was so blind, he had so much blind faith. Today people, they change. And today's examinations are not so hard. That's only, Hashem tests you only that somebody comes to you and says, no, don't follow Judaism and go to some other system. This is not possible. You can't be a Jewish. And they say, okay, all right. You fail in this test only, simple test only, you fail. Anybody comes to me, I was when I started living as a Jew, many people came to me, Seventh-day Adventists, Jews for Jesus, no hides. I said, Shalom, I have decided my God is Hashem, and I am following 10 commandments. Now whatever happens to me, I die, I live, I become beggar, I become millionaire, I don't care. I established the relationship with Hashem. This is what the Hashem said. And then there were a lot of problems. I was lot of problems. But then I came back to Hashem. Not once, many times. The same thing happened with Abraham and Hashem. Hashem also tested Abraham many times. So my dear friend, whoever comes to you or to any group, people start somewhere, Hashem's prayer, and somebody goes there, some rabbi says, no, you are living in diaspora, you are living in Africa, you are living in India, and it's not allowed for you to keep Shabbat, is all not good, not at all. No, you could be a Hashem's person anywhere, any part of the world, anytime. Okay? So examination, we also have an examination during in our life. Okay? Now there are many, I don't want to go in examples. So the 10 tests of Abraham Avinu, and Hashem finds, that's why he is today, Hashem said, this is covenant in between me and you and your generation. I'll take care of that. Okay? So Abraham Avinu leaves. Hashem says to him, leave Lech Lecha. I think next parasha is Lech Lecha. Abraham Avinu leaves Mesopotamia. He goes to Ur Chasdim to Charan, and from there he goes to land of Canaan, which is Israel. Okay, so now we have finished with parasha, short discussion. Now we are going to discuss about the Haftarah. It comes from Isaiah, book of Isaiah 54, chapter 54, verse 1 to 10. And I told you many times, I think I have spoken, that the maximum parashot, Haftarah, taken from the book of Isaiah, because it's so truthful prophecy. So, forsaken Jerusalem is likened to be a barren woman devoid of children. Jerusalem's condition was very bad. God enjoins her to rejoice, for time will soon come when the Jewish nation will return and proliferate. This prophecy has already happened. The Jews are coming back to Israel. It's the real. That's why Prophet Isaiah's prophecies are really considered the absolutely up to the point, up to the mark. This has happened already. God enjoins her to rejoice. How many Jewish people suffered out of Israel, in India, in all over the world, and then they come back. They come back to Jerusalem, to Israel, and now we have happiness, and now we are growing our population. Okay, we'll return and proliferate. So our population is growing, and also a lot of people are realizing that the God of Israel is a true God, real God, and very strong God. So they are coming. Even the non-Jews are going to God of Israel, repopulating Israel's once desolate cities. The cities which were empty there were no Jews. They left Israel. They are repopulating especially Jerusalem. Okay, Safat, Ashdod. These cities were desolated. Ascalon, Ashdod. These are the old cities. Tel Aviv is new, I think 150-year-old. But rest other cities, Akko, Jaffa, Jerusalem, Arad, these are the biblical cities. They are now getting again populated. Okay? The prophet assured the Jewish people that God has not forsaken them. God has not forgotten about them. God has not removed them from God's mind, and God still remembers them. Okay, so this prophecy is absolutely true, and it has come realized. It's in you people are seeing all over the world. Whoever reads Bible, their analysis and calculations, they are saying and appreciating that Prophet Isaiah's prophecy was the true prophecy, because the Jews are coming back, proliferating, their population is growing, and we are living a Jewish life here. Okay, although he has momentarily hid his countenance from them, his appearance or something, God said, "No, I'm not with you. Even I will leave." He left the temple, and there was once upon a time his feet were only there. But after that, the feet also disappeared because of the deeds of the Israelites. And then the temple was destroyed. Not one, two temples were destroyed. He will gather them from their exiles with great mercy. He has great mercy on us, on the Jewish people. And he'll bring them back again. And it's happening. It is happening. Bombay's out of 15 synagogues, only 4 synagogues are functioning. Brussels, 1 synagogue is absolutely closed. Brussels, too, there were many Ashkenazi and Sephardi synagogues. I prayed in them. Only there are 2 synagogues are functioning. There used to be a Chabad synagogue. But Chabad synagogue, there was no minyan last time when I went there. They didn't take out Torah. So why? Because all the Belgian Jews, they are living in Israel. All the French Jews now. I met a couple of weeks ago a family from Paris. They speak French, and they made Aliyah with their children, and they're living in our neighborhood. So all Jews are coming back. The exiles is getting over. And there will be Ba'ezat Hashem, Mashiach also will come very soon. There will be third temple. The Haftorah compares the final redemption to the pact God made with Noah in this week's Torah. Why this Haftarah is brought into this? Because God said, "You populate, and the generation that I'll not wipe out again humans from the earth." And it's also written, and this prophecy is compared with the parasha of Noah. Just as God promised to never bring a flood over entire earth, so too he will never again be angry at the Jewish people. So he will not be angry again to destroy them. Enough. We suffered enough. God made them realize that I am a powerful person. I could give you sadness, but I could give you the happiness also. You have to, Jews prayed for 2,000 years non-stop. I'm talking about people who pray. All the synagogues, everywhere, all over the world, Jews pray. and God responded. Okay, so God responded in pardoning, and we are coming back to, for the mountains may move and the hills might collapse, but my kindness shall not depart from you, neither shall the covenant of my peace collapse. Okay, this is very important statement of Hashem. For mountains may move, the mountains, the heavy mountains might move, which is impossible, could be possible, and hills might collapse. The hills, tall hills, will not fall, but they might also collapse. But my kindness, my mercy, shall not depart. It will never go from my mind, heart, and soul, neither shall the covenant of my peace collapse. So, the kindness will not go from my mind and heart for you people, nor and neither shall the covenant of my peace collapse. I have a covenant with Abraham Avinu. I have covenant with Isaac and Jacob that I'll take care of your generations. Okay? Now, generations means don't consider that the children only of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. No, whoever chooses Hashem, it will be part of covenant. Okay, Isaiah 56 again. I would like to request you all to read again. That says even anybody could be the part of covenant. Anybody could be a chosen person, provided he leaves his past, he leaves his previous gods and culture and system, follows 10 commandments, loves Hashem, follows his commandments, he is a chosen one. Okay? With this, thank you very much. Toda Rabba Behmet. And I think we have finished.